The Geoff and Whisp Show, mornings on 108.9 The Hog. Would you, could you? Is that like one of those things? It's like a child's, would you, could you, if you were a mouse?
Would you, could you, if you were a house?
That's what Alice in Chains, Scotty, our producer behind the glass, that's what they were going for there.
Most of their songs were about childhood rhymes and questions, right?
Man in the Box? Did you play Man in the Box as a child?
Oh my God, I played so much Man in the Box as a child, and they never let me out of the box, and I think that's what the song was about. Not getting let out of the box.
I'm still stuck in the box. I'm the man in the box. And the kids are running around like hitting it with sticks, and I'm in here and I'm like, God damn it.
And then they're like, all right, we'll play Sick Man for a little while. Yep. And you're just like, Sick Man, Sick Man. And then I did heroin. And that was not
That was a dark time for you.
That was a dark time for my 8-year-old Geoff.
The heroin boy, Garlock.
Short time, but dark time. And we'll just leave it at that. But I'll probably get into it more.
Short time, dark time. 6:05. Wake up, Val Verde. It is the Geoff and Whisp Show on 108.9 The Hawk. The Valley rocks with 108.9 The Hawk. And oh my God, Geoff, what a great Monday morning to be waking up right here with us. You're getting up. You're shampooing your hair.
Right out of bed.
Right out of bed.
You got the pump and you just right next to the nightstand.
You know, you do that, and then you turn on...
Lotions for night, shampoos for the morning, if you know what I'm saying.
Lotion all times, if you know what...
I know exactly what you're saying. Keg stands.
Keg stand, our dirtbag sidekick over there in the corner.
He knew exactly about lotion.
Stand. Jesus Christ. But you know why I'm so excited this morning, Geoff?
Why are you so excited this morning?
Do you know why I am so excited
Hold on a second. Rhetorical or real question?
Real question.
Oh, then I don't know.
It's New Music Monday. It's New Music Monday. Everybody gonna have a good time.
And M squared, it's Monday.
Oh, we have 4 new songs to play. Now, the one thing about 108.9 The Hawk, you know we're all rock, all hawk, all the time. We play new classic rock, so that means you're gonna hear the Pearl Jams, but not a new Pearl Jam because they're not from Val Verde.
My God.
The only new rock we play right here on 108.9 The Hawk is from our rock bands, right here in Val Verde.
We've said it before. There is only one rule in rock and roll, and that there are a lot of rules, and you better follow them.
There's so many rules in rock and roll, Geoff. What are they?
Rules are,
1,
again, no new music on classic rock radio, unless it's new classic rock.
Right.
Number 2, a bylaw, 2A. Unless it is a band from the town where the radio station is broadcasting from. And so legally, we're going to be able to do this NM squared.
Our lawyer's in the window right there, and he's just like...
He's just saying no.
He's shaking his head no.
I think that means let's do
Frankie,
this.
I don't know. He's done radio for a long time, and you've been a lawyer for, what, 3 years?
30.
30? Oh, 30.
Never mind.
Well, that is impressive. Good job, Frankie.
I mean, maybe we should be listening to him, but no matter what, number 3... Don't listen to your lawyers because it's rock and roll. Those are the rules.
Boom, baby. That's what we do.
New rules.
That's what we know. New rules. Oh, God. Who does new rules? We do new rules right here. It's something we came up with. New rule, because that's where comedy lives. But I'm so excited. First, before we get, we have a guest. We have a guest, Scotty.
The rhetorical real question.
That was a real one. There is a real guest. Okay, we'll get to this guest in just 1 second. Then that's going to be very good.
We are later in the show going to be playing rhetorical or real question. A great 2-hour segment we've come up with.
Write them down from 6:30 until 8:30. We're going to be playing that segment.
It's just so many rhetorical versus real.
Goddamn many rhetorical. And most of them, I'm just going to guess right now, they're all rhetorical.
Oh, well, actually, Scotty, can we cancel the bit? We actually know we're
going to have to
fill in 6:30 to 8:30 now because all the answers are just out the window.
Let's hear one of those new songs, but first we got to do this. It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk. Well, you know it. We don't even have to say it. It's cold.
Why did we do the sounder? We don't know.
Required. And
rhetorical or regular? Real question.
Top
real question.
Top of the show.
Top of the show. Required.
Top of the show.
Another rule of rock and roll. You got to play the sounders.
And it's very cold out there in Val Verde. If you're driving out, you could probably want to wear 2 flannels.
You're going to want to wear them. You might not wear them, but you're going to want to wear them when you get out there at your slop job.
Yeah, you might, but you're going to want to stay warm because it's always cold in Val Verde. And, of course, weather brought to you by the greatest grocery chain in Val Verde, Food Gulch.
All of the food that's Val Little Gulch.
Food Gulch. Food Gulch. Great deal on batteries going on right now at Food Gulch. $20 for 1D battery. Great deal only at Food Gulch.
9 volts, only $40.
Holy shit. We better stock up, Scotty. We better
These
stock
are not
up.
Duracells, and these are not Ever-Readies. These are definitely off-brand grocery outlet style. You don't even know what these are.
These are already covered.
The batteries look like all of the products in Repo Man, where it's just white and it just says battery.
I love it, Scotty, when he does a reference that everybody listening knows. They're all like, oh, yeah, Repo Man. Oh, clearly, I know Repo Man. Do you know Repo Man?
You think the audience of the Hog at 6:05 in the a.m. on a Monday morning ain't watching Repo Man before they go to their slop job? Rhetorical or real question? That's a rhetorical. Don't answer.
Was that a rap? Were you doing Red Hot Chili Peppers or Suicidal Tendencies?
That was from Judgment Night soundtrack.
Oh, good. Yes. Judgment Night soundtrack. Best soundtrack.
But weirdly, it was the Del the Funky Homo Sapien meets Dinosaur Jr. song.
Dinosaur Jr. Weird. But it is New Music Monday. Oh, get ready. We haven't the greatest band to come out of Val Verde.
Oh, my God.
What band am I going to say?
I want to say Fister.
Fister! They got a brand new single. Now, you know Fister released a new single 2 weeks ago.
They're just pumping out singles.
You think you know the boys? I'm talking Baloney Boys. Baloney Boys. Their song with Seals and Crofts. Now, this was a big new direction for Seals and Crofts. I think that Fister led the way, but they've got a brand new single. We are debuting it for you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time heard anywhere. It's the newest from Fister, and I got to tell you, Jeff, it fucking rocks. You throw the delay. You throw the delay. It fucking
That one
rocks.
was the delay's already going on if Fister's coming on because you know we're going to say it fucking rocks.
It is called Men's Room, and it's on the Hawk. Holy shit. Up. Wow. There's Ace. There's Ace on the guitar. That's Ace. Men's Room, the latest from Fister. And I hear it is the title track for their new record, Men's Room. So much in there. That is apparently about a real time that Zayn fell down in the men's room. And he was there, his back was out, and he was in the men's room at Val Verde Dome. The first one, not the Enormo Dome. No. He was in there until a janitor found him, and he wrote the song about it. It is an autobiographical. Help me clap it up.
Autobiographical. Well, it seems like too many claps.
Oh, my God. Let me hear a little more. I got to hear a little more. In the men's room and no one can save me now. Oh, I love it. I'm going to be singing that all day, but there are three other songs we got to get to. But Men's Room, Fister, I'm going to say it, Rock Song of the Year.
I mean, number one Rock Song of the Year. Give it the Grammy right now. Number one Rock Song of the Year.
Unwrap the Grammy, Scotty.
Unwrap the Grammy.
Got it back there. Okay, apparently we have a guest. Let's bring them in. I don't have any details, and I'm going to look at the notes that Scotty has given.
Right, Scotty, you really should have given us the details.
Really should have passed over the information here.
Rude.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Hawk.
I'm really good.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I am Wisp Turlington.
I'm a fan.
Man Garlock.
Oh, you know who I am.
You know us.
Of
you
course.
know it.
He knows me. He might not know you.
No, I think he knows. I'm the first in the building.
Chances are very good. I'm a legend. I've been doing this. I'm 76 years old. I've been doing it a very long time.
Wow.
And Jeff, you apparently, Scotty has pumped over some information here. You got a show.
Yes, I do. Which is why, indirectly, even why I'm such a fan is I moved to Val Verde a few weeks ago, and I've been listening to you in my car, both of you, and loving it.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to Val Verde.
Welcome to Val Verde.
Don't get the shit kicked out of you, which is freezing. And of course, our motto is don't get the shit kicked out of you. When you come to Val Verde.
That's for real.
That's on the license plate.
That's just right there.
It says, don't get the shit kicked out of you. And, in 2 weeks, Brandon, I see, I've got a little information on my screen here. Brandon Gardner, I hope the shit does not get kicked out of you.
Wow. Well, you know what? I've been living in LA for a while, and it's a city that I think makes you soft. The weather makes you soft.
Oh, my God.
You rarely get the shit kicked out of you.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's to go to a place so cold where you always have to sort of be looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy.
You know, they've always said it about Hollyweird, and this is what I've heard. I've never been. That Hollyweird just welcomes you with open arms. You know, they're just willing to hug everyone and just give you a participation award for just living there, but not in Val Verde. No, not in Val Verde.
What is MacArthur Park like? Is it as nice as Richard Harris makes you think it is in
It's
that
beautiful.
song?
If you want to get a nice pair of inexpensive socks, walk down to MacArthur Park any time of day.
Write this down, Scotty.
I mean, though, I'll say you are a new member of the Val Verde community. You might want to go down to Sock Alley. We do have some of the best.
Sock Alley yet, Brandon?
Have you been to Sock Alley?
Someone was gesturing me towards it, and I wasn't sure if it was for real.
I mean, you know, sometimes, the ice cream man down there, he's a real creep. He might just be like, come into the Sock Alley.
Is he a real? He's got the uniform, but I wasn't even sure if he's a real ice cream man.
In Val Verde, Brandon, we're just going to have to give you the tutorial of how to live in
that's
Val Verde.
A lot of why I wanted to come on.
Welcome.
Because there's the ice cream man. If he's not in jail, he's on the streets.
Oof.
And there's the snow cone man.
Okay.
Both hate each other, both equally evil.
Yes.
Wow.
Neither of them have snow cones or ice cream. So you don't want to go in that truck, and we'll just leave it at that.
They're going to lead you to a 1973 station wagon.
Which they call a truck.
Where the fuck? Where's the snow cones? And then you're gonna get pushed in.
Wow. And those are the kids of Val Verde saying, "Where the fuck are the snow cones?
Fuck are the snow cones?" And that's the first
good
thing.
to know. I brought my daughters with me.
Oh well.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, luckily it's so goddamn cold. You're not gonna want an ice cream or a snow cone. You're not gonna want it.
I mean, you're not gonna want it
all over you.
But our version of stranger danger is where the fuck is the ice cream or where the fuck is the snow cone? So teach it.
I will.
T-shirt it, and that's great. What school are your daughters going to here in Val Verde?
They're at the Sisters of Limited Mercy.
Holy
shit.
Which is
I heard was a good school.
Oh.
It's not bad.
Tough. Yeah.
It's bad.
It's not bad. I don't know if it's good, but it's not bad.
Okay. It's a lot of slapping. I went to the Sisters of Limited Mercy for 2 years growing up. And it's you know that scene in Dazed and Confused where
Matthew McConaughey is sort of leaning against the wall?
No, not that. That's the best one. That's
I get older, they say the same age. That
comes from me. McConaughey's like, what? I need something to do here. And I'm like, why don't you be creepy about young girls? And he's like, oh, I can do that. And I'm like, I know you.
So you knew him before he really blew up.
Oh, I was on the set of Dazed and Confused with my good best friend in the entire world, Richard Linklater.
Wow.
And we were there. And what I'm saying is Sisters of Limited Mercy reminded me a lot of the scene in Dazed and Confused where Ben Affleck plays himself when he hit kids.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the sisters...
You can see the giant dragon tattoo through his shirt. Nobody notices, but it's right there.
And he is very much like, Sister Lacey. Is she still alive?
I think so. She's one of the ones I met in the orientation.
She's a fucking bruiser. I'll just
Wisp doesn't feel anything in his right cheek, all because of Sister Lacey. So just keep that in mind. I've heard about it quite a bit.
Keep that in mind.
Honestly, though, that's the kind of you don't get that in LA schools.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
No,
I think it made me a more rounded, well-versed, seasoned individual. I do flinch at everything.
Wow.
Hey, Wisp. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even...
The air turn... Holy shit. Wow. What'd you do? Why would you do that? That's terrible.
I wasn't even meaning to. I was just trying to get my coffee about that.
We're going to talk more Val Verde with you, Brandon, but I do got to hear about... I got to hear about this show. Could you tell me?
Well, it's one of the reasons I love Val Verde, because it's one of the few places in the United States where the show isn't just massively popular. And I'm not sure why.
Really?
But it's the one place. It's like you hear about famous actors moving to small towns in France or something to try to be able to lead a more normal life. That's what I'm trying to do here, because for whatever reason, people don't seem to know about the show or know about me, which is crazy. Because in LA, it's pretty much the biggest thing.
Biggest show ever.
Biggest show It's up there. It's up there. People are saying it's sort of the Jaws of stop motion animated comedy.
They say it's the Jaws.
That's what many people have said.
You know, I'm looking actually. I got the press release. I got it texted to me. It says right here in the know is the Jaws.
In the Jaws
of stop motion comedy, but
sort
also
of
in parentheses,
is what
also Jaws for the Revenge. So you know,
well, that's the good one. That's when Jaws got it back.
That's when Michael Caine is at the top. And of course, when a shark is coming out for revenge because their mother got killed.
In the water.
That's what I saw when I saw your wonderful show, In the Know.
Thank you. Thank you for watching it.
In the Know. Now,
and I had to get it on a crazy Chechnyan bootleg streaming site.
Couldn't get it here.
We don't have this thing.
All chips.
Peacock.
Peacock. There's a screen, which everywhere else in America is sort of the dominant cultural force. Is Peacock.
Yeah. Oh,
but
everywhere.
For some reason, not in Val Verde.
Well,
I remember I was at Books 1000 once, and there were people outside trying to get me to sign a petition that said "Stop Channel 8 from blocking Peacock." Is it Peacock?
Peacock, like the bird.
Like the bird. They were trying. Channel 8, who is a fantastic
TV Channel 8 is our station. You guys
didn't want it to come in.
You probably should have done this show on Channel 8. I'm just gonna say.
You know what? I wish I knew about them because I've been watching Channel 8 since I came to town, and it is really good programming.
What is your favorite show on Channel 8 so far?
Well, the thing that I like about it is there's like a period of time where it's hard to tell, like where the shows just sort of blend into each other. That's my favorite. So from like
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
blending hour.
3 to 11.
Blending hour. Oh my God. I got to tell you.
Wasn't this a detective show when I started watching?
Sometimes it's like half of the screen is a detective show and half of it you're like, is this a rerun of Manimal? Like, and you're just not exactly sure.
Is it please? I'm going to run up some of my favorite shows on Channel 8 so far this week. Of course, Bad Medicine. That's Jonathan Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi is a doctor that can't give good medicine because he's got too much bad medicine.
Can't do it.
That's a very good show.
37 seasons in, almost as long as In the Know.
Almost as long as In the Know. I'm also really enjoying Those Horny Royals. The reboot of it has been very, very good. I've never seen so many horny royals on my television set, and it's beautiful to see. And when those blend,
I didn't know. Like, to me, that there's nudity you wouldn't be able to show on broadcast television in LA.
Oh my God!
No, you can't. We do it all. We go deep in.
People versus Larry Flint 2 should be about the amount of nudity that is being shown in those horny royals. I mean,
I would say I applaud how much male nudity, which is often left out, but not in the royals.
2 a.m. You're watching Channel 8 late night, and it's just Go in the Hole is the name of the show, and you just have to guess. You just have to guess. What hole are we in?
What kind of? It's kind of like Is It Cake, but a little bit more fun. You know,
a lot more fun. I think.
lot more fun. Shannon Tweed hosts it, and it's a fantastic.
She looks amazing.
She looks amazing. She's doing.
Gene Simmons is just sulking in the background the entire time. It's like,
this is over. In a little cage.
I can't believe he just gets in that little cage.
Well, Brandon, we're going to talk more about In the Know and Val Verde, but first we do have to go to traffic.
108.9 The Hawk Traffic with Art Spart.
Wow! Lock up your doors, throw away the keys, and don't even think about going out into Val Verde today, unless you want to whine. Because today, my friends, is the day a lot of you have been waiting for, and a lot of you have been dreading. That's right, it is WHINE A THON 2024. Val Verde's annual tribute to Val Verde's favorite pastime besides classic rock, whining about shit. Just complaint after complaint, but in a fun way. People may look at you like you are a big baby 364 days of the year, but today is your time to shine, baby. You want to complain about how your kids don't call you enough, and when they do call, they don't have anything to say? WHINE A THON 2024. You want to talk about things that aren't the same as they were when you were a kid? WHINE A THON 2024. You want to talk about how you prefer when beer cans had pop tops you could rip off, but now everyone whines about how those pop tops are hurting the environment. So now we have to have stupid tabs that are attached to Natty Light cans, and somehow you connect that to some weird complaint about how kids today are getting participation trophies? Why? Thon 2024. And those are the most benign whines I bet you will hear today. And oh, what a day it will be. And we here at 108.9 The Hawk want to personally thank Mayor David Lee Roth for starting the first Whine-a-thon back when he first took office. He was complaining for the billionth time about how Sammy Hagar didn't have any swagger when he sings his Van Halen songs, and someone, who knows who, muttered under their breath, "Man, you love whining so much, why don't you make a holiday out of it?" And he did. This is our purge, but with whining and less death, but more whining. And it's all happening right now. Down on Hog Street and traffic is at a standstill, which is perfect, because it's one more thing for you whiny babies to complain about. There will be rides, there will be treats, there will be shows, and most importantly, the reminder, no cell phones. 364 days of the year, you hide your whining behind your online avatar. Today, you live free with your whining. Say everything you want to everyone's faces, and they will take it. And if they don't, plenty of medics will be on hand because, as you know, lots of punches are thrown on Whine-a-thon 2024 Day. Like we said, less death than a real purge, but not much. So walk, don't drive. To Whine-a-thon 2024, today and tomorrow. And tomorrow you can get back to grumbling about how everyone else is stupid and you are smart in your own car, just like we all will. And that's 108.9 The Hawk traffic from the Burt's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. This is Art Spart.
With Burt's Funeral Flowers, with Burt's Funeral Flowers. Jesus Christ.
My God, not to add to the wides, but that traffic report was about one street. We have plenty of other streets, Art. I don't know what is going on.
I mean, you could go anywhere, literally. You could take any of these streets.
Spend
just gonna
5 minutes.
I'm just going to walk around. I'm just going to walk around.
Hey, everyone, go to Bobby Blotzer Way. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
That's
Maybe
what the news report.
Take the road up to Mount Hetfield. Kirk Hammett Way should be clear. I don't know what the hell's up with Art, but I don't get much traffic from him. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not getting much traffic lately.
Get much traffic from him. We will talk more with Brandon Gardner. Welcome here to our fine city. But first, it's the fish song, Floppin' Fish. Can you see it? Feel it? Hear it today.
Hey, you looking for rock dolls? Well, what a coincidence. I'm full of them. This is Keith Talons down at Rock Dolls, Hog Street. That's right, Rock Dolls. The only place in Val Verde where you can get a slightly used sex doll that has been converted to look like some of your favorite rockers. Wow, is that Slash? And is he smoking a real cigarette? Hey Slash, can I get a puff? You sure can. Just don't have sex with him. David Coverdale from Whitesnake, and he looks just like he did in 1987 when he was like, "Hey Tawny, please get off the hood of my car." Yep, he's here. And here we go again when I reiterate that you should not have sex with him. And wow, what a perfect time to get your own rock doll, as I can finally announce that all rock dolls are built with my new 4.0 software. What does that mean? Well, thanks to the power of AI, these rock dolls can talk and walk and breathe air and be a brand new part of your family. You know, just like a member of your family that you do not have sex with. So come on down and see for yourself at Rock Dolls, Hog Street.
I've got one ticket to paradise. Only you will leave tonight. It's just one ticket to paradise. You're gonna travel solo tonight. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, my name's Eddie Stunny, owner and proprietor of the One Ticket to Paradise travel service. Owned by the estate of Eddie Money and designed specifically for solo travelers. The late great Eddie Money was known for constantly buying 2 tickets to paradise for all of the ladies he liked to bed. But not all of us are as cool as Eddie Money. Some of us just got broken up with. Some of us have dead loved ones. But you still want to go to paradise, and we're here for you. So don't feel like a loser for going to paradise alone, because hey, you ain't gonna ever be as cool as Eddie Money. So buy one ticket to paradise. Don't let your sad existence keep you from traveling. It's just one ticket to paradise. You ain't any money, so don't sweat it.
The Geoff and Whisp Show, mornings on 108.9 The Hog.
You look like you're ready to party, that's so me. Wearing leather, everything, and looking real fucking good. People will ask us where we got all this leather, but that's a secret, a secret. We swear leather's a mine until the end of time.
Oh, no music Music Monday, and of course, that's the latest from the Gunt Brothers, Val Verde's. Now, you know the Gunt Brothers originally sounded like Air Supply or America, but they've gotten with Donnie Fisk, legendary, he's a young producer, he's taking all these old acts, and he's making them into something very, very good, and this is Donnie Fisk making the Gunt Brothers sound like Newfound Glory, right?
Meets Imagine Dragons or
Meets
something?
Imagine Dragons,
Is this
but
what this is?
that's Sweaty Leathers. It's the latest from the Gunt
It's not
Brothers.
the Gunt Brothers I'm used to.
It isn't the Gunt Brothers I've known.
I'm used to a Gunt Brothers that sounds like they're trying to sound like someone trying to sound like Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yes. I
But
like their. I love their song "Horses with Three Names."
I know, like that horse has got a lot of goddamn
I
names
know
in
some
that
horses and they got three names: Charlie, Judge, and
song. And Cinnamon Girl. And then you're like, whoa,
God.
now we're just
Well,
pulling
we're
back.
talking.
It's like a real
That's one really
snake eating
exciting-
its own tail, Ouroboros.
That's a really great thing, Brandon. You're going to find out all of the great rock bands we've got right here. In fact,
It's
you don't have to
unbelievable.
go anywhere else. You don't have to, like, LA didn't have bands like Val Verde
Not like
does.
this. No.
Please.
LA is not known for its music scene at all. I'll say that right now.
I also like how the Gunt Brothers in that song talked about how they're just ready to fucking party. And they're wearing leathers. And then you're like, oh my God, I love those leathers. And they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you where they got them. But you get it New Music Monday right here on 108.9 The Hawk. And we're here with the sole creator of the show, In the Know on the
No one
Peacocks.
else behind it.
Nobody
And
else.
that's beautiful.
a common misconception.
Really?
Oh, really?
People are always like, the show, you did it all by yourself. It's amazing.
Hold on. I need to go to Brandon Gardner, IMDb, and sole creator
Says,
and God of In the Know.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
did
that
wiki
again.
credit.
yeah.
IMDb keeps putting that.
I love how IMDb is basically like Wikipedia, that anyone can just go in and say whatever they
it's
want,
nice.
and then you can't fucking change it.
Crazy, but it's embarrassing when they say things like soul creator because I created it with two other guys.
Okay, who?
One is this guy, his name escapes me, but he created Beavis and Butthead.
Dan Cortez.
Could be. It could be.
Cortez.
Sound-
Was it Eric Nees?
I was going to guess Eric Nees. Yeah, is it Eric Nees?
It's not. That doesn't ring a bell.
Adam Curry,
Getting warmer.
Dave Holmes,
Ricky
Matt
Rackman.
I think it was Dave Holmes. That's
Was it
Oh, it's
Dave
Dave
Holmes?
Holmes.
Dave
That
Holmes.
makes sense.
right.
That
But I think
makes
it was Dave
sense.
Holmes,
King of podcasting.
and then this guy Zach worked on it with me as well.
Zach something.
Zach.
Never knew.
Or
his
did he just
last
go by
name.
one name, Zach?
It could be that. It could be. He never told me his last
Z-A-K.
name. I never asked.
You know, if you're going to be working with people, I mean, I only know
don't
Wisp
have to.
Turlington because of it keeps saying in the name. He's never said his last name to me, and I just don't.
I
don't
only know
believe it.
your name because Scotty tells me every time I have to say it.
Right before you're about to say it, yeah, and I get
And
it in my
don't
ear too.
know.
Thank you, Scotty. I don't
I
know
don't
anything.
care.
I mean, I
I've been
don't
doing
personally
radio
care.
longer than you, and somehow your name is first in the title.
Well,
now,
because
but
I'm the
not
leader.
gonna let
And
that
as
get
the
to
leader,
me.
I would say, Brandon, this show is amazing because, I'm the one,
good.
I've watched it on an illegal Chechnyan streaming site.
Was it in
with a
Chechnya?
lot of big, buxom, naked women in between as commercial breaks.
The
So I don't know
interstitials.
what this network was, but I'm worried I've got some viruses now.
So you're watching something fun. It's about NPR, and they're doing like there's the bathroom thing, and they can't go. And then there's this like,
well, but even weirder, no music. It's just dead silent.
it's just dead
like,
silent buxom.
Yeah, just dead
Well,
silent
that's a-
buxom, and I think that's the name
that's
of
a
it.
horror movie.
Can you
Yeah,
tell
it
what
is.
that's an advertisement for? Are they advertising something?
Maybe it is a new Blumhouse horror film
It
that
could
I
be
don't know
Blumhouse.
about.
It could be
Oh,
Burger
sure.
Tools. Burger
it could
Tools
be for
has
Burger
been playing
Tools.
with a lot of ads like that. The
Burger
only
Tools
home
is, of
and-
course, the only home improvement themed burger shop that we have in Val Verde. You might
So-
want to check that out.
Gotta check it out.
You got,
But
you go
Wiz,
in.
the thing I was going to say is you haven't seen it, so you don't know. So this show that he created, and get this, about radio, NPR style radio.
Oh God, I hate that.
Oh, really? Well then. Oh, well that you definitely should. I mean, it's
You
a
know,
good
they-
thing we don't have Peacock then because everyone else is loving it. I mean,
Well, no, all I'm saying is those guys at NPR have been riding my hog since at least 82 to come and do a show on their thing. And I have my NPR voice is a little bit in here. And I would say, from all things considered, it's Wisp Turlington, NPR News.
Wow.
O.J. Simpson died. And then we'd hear the and I'm like, wait a second, I didn't finish the story.
That's the hard part. You do that NPR voice, you have like so many pauses that they don't know when to come in. And
was my demo.
I got to say, I'm not going to, Anna, I'm just, because I've watched the show, I can tell. And Brandon, you're the sole creator of this again, and God, with maybe this guy Zach and someone maybe like Dan Cortez. And
Get my fingers to the sky for
does
you,
he
big
need
man.
more pauses in between his words?
What did
maybe?
I do wrong there?
Honestly, I think it was, to me, I was impressed. You can just flip a switch and instantly be perfect for public radio.
So I'm
I
this
thought you
guy,
nailed it.
and then I'm here.
Wow.
And then I say something. This was my demo in '82, and O.J. Simpson hadn't died then. And I was like,
But you knew eventually everyone
I
would
knew
know.
it was going to happen. Oh my God, I've been best.
It's the
friends.
inevitable, right? I mean, who's going to ever get that wrong? You're going to be
The
right.
news
at some
story
point.
that always comes true eventually.
Yep.
Just like a broken clock, O.J. Simpson will eventually die.
Yep.
Like we all know that
You
old
can't say
adage.
that
Put it
about
on a shirt.
everybody. You can't say that about everybody.
Old
You can't
clock.
say that
I
about-
say it about everyone,
Not
actually.
me. I'm never going to die.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
New blood every day.
Wow, newsflash right there.
Every single day, I go over to Val Verde Memorial Hospital, and they hook a hose to me, and it's all just flushed right out. 20 seconds, I'm back in my car. I'm back at Turlington Manor, and I'm kicking back cognacs.
My God.
Wow.
What a life.
But that's
What
the
a-
kind of attitude you don't get on fucking NPR. That's a rock
That
and
is
roll
true.
lifestyle, Brandon. You guys
sure.
could have maybe used that on your
But
TV.
I mean, maybe
wish.
we could use more of that NPR because I got to say, I've been seeing, coming up on the TikToks, people are freaking out about In the Know. I mean,
God,
it
they're
is
losing their
like
shit.
wildfire. I mean, and I get it. People, there's that one. It has let me look. It has 4 billion views.
Yeah.
Wow.
A freebie in the bean joke in your first episode. And I mean, if there's one thing that's going to get young kids is a freebie in the bean joke. I
A
mean,
lot of people were like, it seems like it was engineered to just please as many people as possible.
I have heard, and I don't like AI. I don't condone it, but you guys have been accused of using AI to generate a new show whenever somebody watches. So if I watched it, it would probably be all about my terrible NPR audition.
Yeah, that is, people have said that, and I understand why, because it does seem to check every box of what's popular. It's like public radio, America's obsessed.
Obsessed.
Right? Freebie in the bean.
freebie in the bean jokes left and right.
A lot of Malcolm Gladwell stuff.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Yeah.
Well, there goes our 7 o'clock hour.
I mean, that's the thing. Like here, we're alienating through
papers out.
specificity, but like I enjoy it, but it's almost like your show is just so broad, but in the best way possible. Like jokes for everyone. And is that your motto? Is that the motto of is that how it became bigger than Game of Thrones this year?
A big
Whoa.
thing was Joe Biden tweeted, "Very funny show." And he's like, if you get his support,
You get Biden tweeting. That man knows
sort
comedy.
of just like popular across the board. Everybody loves him.
We all agree Biden is the best.
Question for you. Do you think that when Biden was typing out that tweet, he's got it like one of his dogs just basically had a Secret Service member just in his mouth as a chew toy?
It's possible.
And he's like, no, stop it.
That's what makes him so relatable and fun.
Oh my God, man knows comedy. Man knows comedy. He's like, I'm not getting rid of these dogs. This
Now,
is
when
fucking
he did
hilarious.
show up in episode 424, that was a fantastic
What
get.
was it like having the President Biden on episode 424?
Well, you know what's so funny? He's such a modest man.
Oh my God.
He auditioned for the part with
What?
a fake name, and he had a whole when he came down to the recording studio, he had a disguise, and at the very end, he ripped it off and he goes, "That was me, Joe."
It was like an undercover boss situation.
Did he have the
And he killed
sunglasses
it. It was
on
a
underneath?
three-line character. Yeah.
Looks kind of like the Unabomber, and you're like, oh, he's got the goods.
Like his
His
eyes are
look is a little
black.
off.
This VO artist is a little scary, but he's got the goods.
Every day I'm sitting here doing this dumb radio show with this clown in front of me, and I'm thinking,
Hey now.
that you're going to pull off your mask and you're going to go, hey, it's me, Joe. I worry about that, Brandon.
I mean, it was a dream for me and everyone in the studio. We just stood up and clapped.
My God, just
I
everything. I understand.
What do you
that
say
fake
about
mustache
thank you?
and that spirit gum starts pulling on his flesh.
Like
You're
that
just like,
long kind of Western mustache that really hangs
my
down
God.
on the side.
we're like, is this like a Western villain or is it going to be problematic? And it's really unsure which way
never
it's going to
know.
go.
I was never sure.
You never know where Joe's going to pop up. You never fucking know.
On
He
the
could be-
problematic
I could
scale,
be
you
Joe
never
Biden.
know. And that's what's fun
I
about
could
him.
be Joe Biden. I could be.
You
I
could
just
be Joe
don't
Biden.
know.
I mean, Brandon could be Joe Biden.
Brandon it could be
never
Joe
know.
Biden. You never
That
know.
could be my big reveal.
You are dressed
my
a little
God.
bit like the Unabomber today, but just a little bit.
I mean, it's cold.
Wow, someone's a Valverdean already.
Look at
hey,
this.
speaking of Valverdeans, we had a legendary band back in 78 record an album, but it was never ever released because the band imploded. Literally, they all imploded. Now, the drummer survived and got the band back together in 1993, but I'm talking Merkin
It was an
Vaughn.
opposite Spinal Tap
It was the
situation.
opposite Spinal Tap. Of course, I'm talking about Val Verde legends, Merkin's Wand. And I got to tell you guys, we don't usually allow reissues to come out on New Music Monday. That's a rule, but I knew
Because you know that those reissues are usually, they do nothing to
So
them.
bad.
They're
It's
on the
take
thinnest
4.
vinyl you could ever imagine. And it's some demo that sounds like they farted into a microphone.
Now, this is going to be very special for you, Brandon, because I imagine that you're not well versed in Merkin's Wand like we are.
No.
And we lived the Wand. I can't tell you how many Wand shows I went to in the 70s. And when they died,
Oh, God.
I
Getting choked up here.
it's almost like a part of me died.
Oof.
So to hear this for the first time, I haven't heard this. Scotty had saved this for me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Theme from Merkin's Wand. This was their rock opera that they never finished. We're going to break it down. I want to hear your thoughts. This is Theme from Merkin's Wand.
I know the secrets of the mage, and I'll tell them if you stay. They're all right here in my basement bedroom. No, it's not a garage, although they're my grandpa's car. This is my home, and this is where the magic happens. So let's get it on with the power of my Merkin's wand. We use the power of my Merkin's wand to fall in love. Oh, to fall in love. Oh, to fall in love.
Oh God, it's literally like I'm in the studio.
Pre-implosion.
Oh my God.
Wow. I mean, that is beautiful.
And
I haven't heard these
That's a
sounds.
reissue.
This is a reissue. This is
How
a
does
single.
it compare?
I mean, they did
I
release
think
another
the
version.
bass is up like 1 decibel. I think. I mean, it basically kind of sounds the same.
You hear
They
Shifty
talk about
playing that
Grandpa's
solo.
car a little bit more than I remember.
Yeah.
But that is the central metaphor of the entire rock opera.
They all lived in a basement apartment together, and I would go over there right off of Soundgarden
amazing.
Boulevard, and I'd go inside, and I'm like, guys, I brought donuts, and they're like, thank God we're starving.
Yeah.
And that's Soundgarden Boulevard, like pre the band.
Pre-Soundgarden Boulevard, which is
band, yeah.
really fucking weird. I mean, Val Verde, this is the center of the rock and roll universe. You're here, you're in it. You chose, everybody's, you're walking around LA, and people are like, is that Brandon Gardner? And they just run across the street, and they get creamed by an LA bus
Can't
because
even-
that's
can't
what
even
those buses
fathom.
do.
Happened, yeah.
And then here in Val Verde, you can just walk down Hog Street.
There's going to be no Star Tours coming around here. And I know that was...
we don't
they were-
allow it. We do not allow it.
They would just loop around, I've heard, to your house over and over again. It's like 5
It's
times in
crazy.
each tour.
And I've been jostled on the street here,
Oh,
but
boy.
never by someone who seemed to know who I was.
What was the jostling like? Can
It was
you-
just sort
can
of
you
like
paint the picture?
a couple different people, but it's sort of just that thing where someone throws their shoulder into you.
Yeah.
Was the guy's name Stan?
You know what? I'll describe a few different people. So one was a young man, looked like he had a gas station attendant uniform, but couldn't have been more than 15.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Stan Jr.
That's Stan Jr. He's a little
real
prick.
work. Little
He's real.
Yeah, he had a
He's
real
a
work.
real piece of shit. If I could tuck someone right back up inside their mother,
Oh
it
my
would be
God.
Stan Jr. And I've tried.
Just needs a little more time.
You keep trying to find a genie to make that wish to just tuck him right
Dear
up in his
Jeannie,
mother. But
Wisp Turlington calling. Any way you can help me tuck Stan Jr. inside his mother again? And the genie's just like, click.
because
That's a
movies are on
perfect
landlines, as you know. Of
perfect
course.
improv phone. Click.
That is a classic improv phone.
Yeah,
You
everyone
know.
Delver at UCB Val Verde. They're all learning
Everyone
the
at
click.
UC Val Verde, they learn immediately.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
a great
first
scene over
rule.
there.
It's
You-
fantastic.
did you- have you
The
been-
first
you-
thing you learn at Improv 101 is make your phones like this always. And no one's going to yell at
Always.
you at UCB Val Verde if you ever do this.
Nope.
And
Because that would be an odd thing to have a strong opinion about.
Yeah.
I've always felt.
This is a gun.
This is a gun.
Doing my
This is a
finger.
phone.
And this is the L.
This is Dio.
That means
those are your 3 things you need for improv, right?
There you go. That's Improv 101. Right?
And
Have
if
you ever
want,
taken any
You can
classes
have your
on that?
phone sort of just transform into like a hang loose.
That's the thing.
fuck.
Shaka, brah.
Yeah.
That's advanced.
That's advanced
You're gonna
improv.
get
Have
there.
you taken advanced? Did you
taken
teach it?
advanced?
You know what? I did, and I performed and taught at UCB in New York and LA. And so I was really excited to come to Val Verde and be like, what is the scene like over here? You got it.
We've got it.
As you know, UCB Val Verde, very exclusive. They act like UCB New York and LA never existed. You get here and they're just like, nope.
Nope.
You got to start all over again.
UCB4 came from Chicago to Val Verde.
Yeah.
And technically they did first and then went to New York. So technically it's not a lie. We've got UCB, we've got IO, we've got The Annoyance, we've got Second City, we've got Verde Clowns. We got Verde Haha. You know, we got Zazzers, which is a rock club and a comedy club. We've got Dingbats. Now, Dingbats is where you go. And let me just say, if you are tired of the woke agenda, this is the place to
Dingbat.
go.
Okay.
Tim Dillon,
Dingbats.
every night.
Tim
at
Dillon's
Dingbats.
there.
Oh, my God.
There's
What a great
that, of
comedy
course,
club.
is the club that was started by Del Close at one point. He was just like, I'm tired of this
He's
PC
like, I'm tired of
wokeness.
it. He's like,
Right
one day
away.
this is going to be an issue. This is going to be an issue. And God, I am so excited for you, Brandon, to
Thank you.
I can't even imagine what it would be like to take in Val Verde for the very first time. Favorite place to eat?
Favorite place to eat that I've been to right now? I would say there's a burger place. It's not the
Not
tool
Burger
themed
Tools.
one.
Okay.
It's not Burger
So
Tools.
gotta check that one out. This is one. It seems it's like I would say the theme is sort of like Italian fascism. It's
Heard of this place?
Burger-
I can't get in.
Yes.
I can't get in.
That
You can't get in.
yes. No.
Burger
it's all-
Mussolini.
it's like
Burger Mussolini.
and it's like a lot of Italian marble.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that is beautiful. I
It's
bet
sort of
beautiful.
brutalist architecture.
You know their motto, don't ask for the scungili at Burger Mussolini. I mean, truly, don't ask for it.
I do have to say, there's one place in Val Verde you got to try, Brandon, and it's called Sharnie's. Sharnie's has been around for the longest time, and it's nothing but, if you like buffets, they've got 97 of them. And of course, they are sponsors of the Geoff and Whisp Show. No one eats for free at Sharnie's, and I would give you a coupon to go eat for free. But when you show up with the coupon, then it's go, and you have to pay double.
I love it.
Although I will say, if you go there, you might get at least one dip in the chocolate fountain, because
Sweet Jesus.
in the Truckers Lounge, they are always playing In the Know from that streaming Chechen.
Really?
Oh, they
Yes.
love it. They
Honestly,
fucking
then I
love-
might
don't-
stay clear. 'Cause
Maybe
that's
don't
not
go
why
to
I came to
Sharnie's.
Val Verde.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, you
get
get
a
it.
regular guy.
Yeah, I mean, those truckers are going to eat you alive for a couple of reasons if you go into the Truckers Lounge, but mostly because they're going to want to pick your brain about what it is like to be a god,
or
in the
work
know
with God. Or work with God, you know,
Right,
your co-creator of In the Know. We're going to talk more about In the Know coming up in just a second, but we do have to take a break and pay some bills and play some of the hardest rock that you've ever...
All right, God damn it.
Or
We got to talk to
REM.
Jason about
It's
this, because
REM
this
on
is
108.9 The Hawk.
A Pittsburgh EMT is forced to retire after losing his arm in duty. So with his settlement from the city, he decides to open up the craziest ski resort in Jamaica. Unfortunately for him, no snow in Jamaica isn't his only problem. There's also an unclear civil war that's about to happen. In this classic 80s comedy, lucky for him, he's gonna have guest appearances from most of the cast of SCTV, that one guy from Not Necessarily the News, and comedy funny man Rip Taylor. In the movie that for some reason you watched 500 times as a kid, but now as an adult you're starting to wonder, what kind of dirt did the producers have on these comedians to get them in this movie? Richard Belzer, Richard Lewis, Rich Hall, and Sir John Gielgud. Ski Lodge Paradise on Channel 8. Your home for great shit.
Oh, it's Mick Jagger, and even though the Hawk may have changed a little bit, it's still the same Hawk all night long.
108.9 The Hawk.
Hi, I'm Jon Bon Jovi. And yeah, I play a doctor on TV. Dr. Jonathan Bonathan Jovi on Bad Medicine. Just because I play a doctor on TV usually would mean that doesn't make me a doctor in real life, except for in Val Verde, where a brand new law makes me a real doctor. So today I'm announcing office hours at Val Verde Memorial Hospital. Come on in, see me. I will cure you, no matter what your ailment is. That's the Dr. Jon Bon Jovi promise. I'm gonna cut you open. We're gonna take a look inside. You're gonna hear wow, 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 as you're slowly slipping away thanks to the anesthesia. We'll see you in the operating room, Val Verde.
You're listening to 108.9 The Hawk.
Oh, the Toxic Twins, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. So
Speaking
excited.
of mustaches that are problematic.
Holy
the
shit,
Toxic
my
Twins.
God. Anytime, I'm worried that Joe Perry's just going to be like, I'm another Joe, and it's Joe Biden.
I've been worried about that since day one.
Oh.
Are we all going to go see Aerosmith at the Val Verde Dome, their final show there?
I mean,
Hey, if I'm invited, yes.
You are invited. We
Oh.
have tickets. We cannot give them away.
Yeah, we
have
cannot
so many goddamn
So
tickets
many
here
tickets.
on 108.9 The Hawk. It is the Geoff and Whisp Show. 627. Now, having
Steven
the
Tyler is a big fan of In the Know.
he loves it. That's
so you
what I
might
was
be
going to say.
He has that In the Know scarf, like just hanging from his mic
It's
stand.
Lauren.
The
Lauren's on
merchandising
it.
has been
Yeah.
insane.
It's all out. So, why did you think, radio?
As far as what
That's a great question.
show
Scotty
should be
wrote it
based
down.
on?
I did not write it.
Scotty, good going with this
Good
one.
one
It definitely
on that
leaves
one.
it open for a large answer. What were you thinking, radio?
What were you thinking, radio?
I would love to say it was an artistic impulse. It was commercial. It was like, how do I cash in on this craze?
Let me just say, because I get it.
Oh,
we
I
put
get
this out as a podcast.
That's crazy.
And, millions of downloads.
My God.
We can't get people love something niche, and they love something that they're like, do I have to like classic rock to like this? And the answer is no, you don't. And then you don't have to like NPR to like In the Know.
That's
you don't.
our big thing. You can love it, you can hate it, you can be ambivalent.
You don't have to pick up every deep cut
You
reference
don't.
in the know, because I pick up most of them. Definitely.
I pick them up. I pick them up because I've lived them. I've lived them. I've done talk radio. I've done classic rock radio. I've lived them. I've loved them. I've had a lot of them.
I'll tell you, Peacock executives, they suggested at some point that we use a reference other than Sirhan Sirhan. And we're glad we didn't, because America responded.
Hope they were fired. I hope
Can't
they
get
are
enough
on.
Sirhan
I hope they're down on Soundgarden Boulevard just
need
looking for
more.
another job.
I mean, you go on TikTok again, hashtag Sirhan. It's just it's
like
just
it's like
blowing
a
it up.
team thing.
It's like, which one am I going to watch? There's too many of them. There's just Sirhan
Too many.
Sirhan. It's just nonstop Sirhan.
Just so many people doing reacts to just people doing
It's a little
Sirhan
scary.
Sirhan.
It's a little.
It is a little
it's kinda
scary.
gotten a life of its own.
My God.
Oh,
if I was
now-
auditioning for SNL, I would
If
do
you
a
were
Sirhan
auditioning for
Sirhan
SNL.
impression.
Let's see it.
Oh yeah, lead with that.
Where's my gun? And it would be wonderful.
Oh,
See? It's just that simple.
I really like him. Can we make sure that the man that did the Sirhan?
And that is it. That is a dead on.
Was that
Dr.
Lorne
Evil
Michaels?
right there?
Was that? No, that was Lauren. That wasn't.
Oh,
Lauren.
okay.
Are they the same? Holy shit.
Oh my God! Am I realizing for the first time I'm going to be the first one to say it? Dr. Evil and Lorne Michaels might be the same
people.
character.
Now you're in.
Never noticed a similar.
Never, no one's ever noticed this.
Brandon, you're in for a treat. Now you're brand new to Val Verde.
Brand new.
And we've got so many great places. There's Rock Dolls. There's Flappers. There's Chestnuts. The all-male dance review. They change it up every week. Last week I went over there. I saw two-man Tron.
Ooh,
had nothing to do with Tron.
Nothing. I mean, truly.
Literally fucking
Wasn't Tron
nothing.
Legacy. Wasn't the original. Wasn't the video game. It
No
was nothing.
bikes. No
No
black
bikes.
lights. No nothing.
Oh my God.
And honestly, I loved it. I love everything they do down there. I love Val Verde. I love living here. And of course, there was a band for a very long time, one of the biggest rock bands in the world. They were called Actor. And the lead singer was a man called Darren Could.
Yeah.
Darren Could is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you kidding me?
I am not fucking with you. He is back with a
I'm going to make a
song.
prediction before we even hear this song. Brandon, you're going to hear this and you're going to be like, you know what? We got to get Darren Could on our tiny little cage performance section
There you go.
of In the Know. You know, because we love when you did that tiny desk concert and you're like, let's stick him in a cage in the basement.
That's our
and see
twist.
what they do.
Put him in the cage.
Put him in the cage.
And
the classic. That's the catchphrase that's been taken over the nation.
I can't tell you how many. When I was in L.A. 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God!
I saw so many put him in the cage in the no t-shirts that I was like, I'm not going to watch this.
I see him on onesies.
Babies with put him in the cage that's.
I hate that I'm keep going back to the TikTok, but that TikTok of Michael Scott holding up world's best boss, but instead on the mug it says put him in the cage. You're just like, you nailed it. We've nailed it, people.
But enough about
with the Friends theme song over it. It's just everything together. It's
boom, 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 boom. I want to say, Brandon, you're very lucky that you had such an explosion of talent.
There's been good and bad.
It's just exploded. I know there's good and bad, but
it changes your life. And people warn me. They're like, you got a show coming out in Peacock?
Yeah.
Get ready for your life to fucking change.
Yeah.
I mean,
they say that. And then you're like, what? Am I going to be in a limo every day? Yes.
Yes.
I'm in
whether
a limo
you want
every day.
to or not.
I don't drive.
You want to or not.
I'm in a limo. He does not have a limo. He cannot afford it.
If I could get on Peacock, I would. I'd be swimming in gold doubloons like Scrooge McDuck.
God. You really would. You really would. But now you're here and you live in the fucking dream. And I got to tell you, all that Peacock money,
I love that
goes
Peacock
so much further here in Val Verde than it ever would in Los Angeles.
And thank you for not picking Bozeman, Montana.
Oh,
I know you had
that's
your
our
choice.
biggest thing. Whenever we hear someone's moving to Val Verde, we say, first off, thank you for not picking Bozeman, Montana.
Well, you know what? I heard about Val Verde from Denis Villeneuve. He's like, look, things are blowing up for you.
Yeah. They filmed Dune here.
I've got a place. It's totally cool there.
Yeah,
great music scene, great comedy scene.
Yep.
Fantastic.
They've got a wine festival.
We do. Val Verde
and he convinced me. So and I don't know if you see him around the streets
all the time. He's always down there at Rock Dolls trying to complete his Cheap Trick set. Yeah, now, of course, Rock Dolls is the place where you get new or slightly used sex dolls that have been converted into some of your favorite rockers. And he's got the Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. He's got the Bunny Carlos, but he does not have the Tom Peterson or the Robin Zander.
And it's great. This is Denis Villeneuve, and he cannot get two other Cheap Trick rock dolls. I mean, this is insanity.
He's done Dune and Dune 2.
He done Dune.
Yeah, you done Dune.
He done
That's
Dune,
the third
man.
one. That is the third one he's filming right now out at Verde Studios. Done Dune.
Dune.
It's
Done Dune is going to be fantastic.
All musical. But there's so
and you can't. You know what? You can't complete that Rock Dolls collection in Bozeman, Montana. I'll tell you that.
Fuck no, you can't. You can't.
Maybe you can hang out with David Coverdale from Whitesnake, and he'll tell you some weird jokes. But other than that, that ain't no Rock Doll collection. And you're going to get the hug. I mean, have you seen Denis? Has he been walking around, Brandon? I mean, he has.
Since I moved.
What was that question? Jesus.
Have you seen Denis since you moved here, Brandon?
Since I moved, I haven't seen him since I moved, which I was surprised. He said he was here all the time.
Go down to Rock Dolls, and you're going to see him.
He's
like, please.
He's just there yelling. When are they going to come in?
Yeah,
they're open. They won't even let him in until they've got the Xander.
Sad. He's a
and
sad
the Peterson.
guy.
It's a real sad fucking thing. But you know what's not sad? Living in Val Verde, and I didn't tell you. Darren could. New song. It's called Val Verde.
Ooh.
This is like a welcoming.
Here it is. This is a welcoming song for you, Brandon, from Darren Could. You hear it here first on New Music Monday on 108.9 The Hawk, and here we go. Here comes the chorus.
This is where I wanna be. You snuggle next to the tire fire. Shawty's tower rises just as high as the sky. No one needs for free at Shawty's Sea.
Solo. Oh, Darren
Light
Could.
solo. That's the Darren Could touch right there.
I'm going to name all the things I heard in that. I heard Rock Dolls. I heard Flappers. I heard Chestnuts. I heard Shawty's Tower. Wait. Here we go.
Okay.
Snuggle next to the tire fire. Shawty's Tower raises just as high as the sky. No one eats for free at Shawty.
This really is a great introduction to our fair town.
It really is. You came on a great day, Brandon.
What a great day.
Well, I'm embarrassed listening to it. I've been pronouncing it Val Verde, and he clearly is singing Val Verde.
Oh, no. I mean, he's dead wrong. That's the crazy part of
He's
him.
dead wrong there. Now,
mean-
well, here's how I think had happened. I think that he did that for the top, and then I think his producer, once again, it was Donnie Fisk, who did the Gunt Brothers song earlier that we heard, Sweaty Leathers. I do think he was like, hey, he probably pressed that button that you see in studios where they're like, hey,
The talkback.
talkback. That's what it's called. He presses the talkback button. He's like, Darren, I think it's Val Verde, not Val Verde. And so he changed it up for the chorus.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed that.
But then, he changed it
But
up.
then
But
he
I
went
mean,
back to
I
it.
was so embarrassed when I just heard the first part. I was like, oh, I'm that guy in New York City saying, where's Houston Street?
oh my God.
When I worked in radio,
We all know it's
all the time.
Housatania Street, of course.
Lusitania.
Been walking down
Lusitania.
Houston
Ship
Street.
that sank.
It's like I'm in LA and I'm like, has anyone seen Kahanga Street?
Cowabunga Street.
Street? And then I'm like, Laurel Canyon?
Yoon.
Well,
The
don't
thing is,
tell
in LA,
Darren.
people are out on the streets ready to help you.
Yes,
Everyone's
that is-
walking around being like, do you need help?
Nicest town in America.
Sweet people,
Just-
tons of foot traffic.
Oh my God.
So much foot traffic. You can't not run into people. And that's why I
Walking-
must have been a living hell. Must have been a living hell for a big
Get me
star
back
like
in the
you.
limo, honestly.
My God.
Brandon,
you
well,
had your
thank you.
Peacock sunglasses on.
Peacock.
And it's like that, I got to say, wearing those maybe wasn't helping you because it's reminding everyone, our favorite
It's
network,
almost
Peacock.
bragging. It's almost bragging. that
Almost
I did something so good for Peacock that they gave me these fucking sunglasses.
And thank you, Peacock, for sending us some sunglasses too.
Oh, they did?
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
That was very nice.
That was very Brandon. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love Val Verde as much as we
I
do.
really do. My daughters are not enjoying school so far.
Oh,
but
they shouldn't.
They're going to warm up to it.
That's how you learn. That's how you learn.
They'll get it. They'll get it. Hey, we're going to go out with the chorus, of course, from Val Verde. More new Music Monday going on. And Skeet Ulrich coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. He was going to talk about his show on Peacock, but we just found out that they canceled it before airing it.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh,
Would have
Skeet.
changed his life.
Who
But it
could have
changed his
changed?
life.
You could have moved to Val Verde, you fuck.
You fucking idiot.
God, here we go.
Rock dogs, flappers, chestnuts on street. This is where I wanna be. You snuggle next to the tire fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Gardner.
Hey, buddy.
Truly, those songs are going to be in my head all
That's
day.
insanity. It's you. 2 minutes before we came on, basically, you were like, "I've got a little treat for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Get ready."
I found this last night because I had seen on TikTok people were making original songs. And I'm like, what are they using to make this?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is very funny because for the longest time, and we'll still do this, but Jeff and I, the original songs on the Hawk, we have just we've recorded it all. Mm-hmm. And that's so time consuming and stuff. So if I need like a quick New Music Monday, I go in and I type in the lyrics of something extremely stupid, like Darren Cood's Val Verde. I tell it the type of music I would like it to be, and then it gives me options. The options are very funny. Actually, let me see if
What is it called again?
It's called Sona AI.
I mean,
And it's the only Suno AI. And I will
it'll
tell
be
you,
scary when AI shifts to make not kind of bullshit songs.
Yeah.
Like, they're both awesome
Yeah.
and total bullshit at the same time in the
will-
best way possible. They all sound like that weird right-wing, like active rock band I found. There's like some anti-vaxxer, like active rock band that like starts showing up on my feed where they're complaining about Dave Grohl and Bruce Springsteen and Tom Morello for selling out. Oh my God, in the know, buddy.
in the know. Great segue, man.
exists.
Great segue. How long did you go? Was this in the works?
Mike Judge.
Who we couldn't know, but still one of like
know.
my favorite creators of all time. Like I can't.
True genius guy.
Yeah.
Very. It's like so. The beginning was he went to Zach and was like, "Do you think it would be fun to do a animated interview show?" And Zach's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I was thinking you'd be good as like a fake NPR host." And Zach's
Oh
like,
my God.
Great.
Okay.
And then Zach was like, could Brandon help develop it with us? And Mike had read like a feature screenplay that that Zach and I had written that he liked.
Mm-hmm.
Has some maybe like tonal overlap. And so then like over Zoom, fall of 2020.
What a great time. Fall of 2020.
Well, that was
all
part of
out and about.
The reason why it was going to be like an animated interview show was all interviews were remote.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, how can we like do a show where people don't need to be with each other? And then we pitched it the following May. And then it was with lawyers for a full 9 months. And then we got to write the pilot. And we started, the writer's room was fall 2022.
That's
and
amazing.
Then the stop motion process took years and years for just 6 episodes. But they're amazing. Like the people
they're
that
so
up
good.
there are the best.
They're so fucking funny. They're like the design of everything looks like the design of the characters, the design of the studio really made me think of like there were so many offices I worked in New York. Like I would say in like the garment district that had that same sort of vibe where it was like, oh, we'll just put the studio here, but like everyone else is crammed in this area and there's like access to a bathroom that's really weird. And there were so many New York specifics in it that I was just like, oh, this feels like home. Like the Dwayne Reed jokes and the Starbucks jokes and just all the radio stuff. I was telling you before we started, you know, I worked in news radio. I worked in classic rock radio. I worked with a lot of hosts. No, I did some public radio work when I was in college, but they were a PRX station, not an NPR station. And I worked with hosts that were just like Lauren in terms of just they're such a star. I also just love how, like, I don't know, there's a lot of silence in the show too that I like I'm so
glad that you're into that.
I love that because it's like other shows would just be like, Joe, let's do this. And then you give these characters time to breathe. And I think you kind of feel them as characters more. Like Carl Tart's character is just, I've known so many people that like that in radio. Where like this underlying gentleness and this kindness, and it's just, it was so fun to watch. I watched with Kristen and we were just absolutely loving it. And
truly is amazing. I brought up the get a freebie and the bean joke in your first episode.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is like, you know, it's not
for everybody.
Yeah, it really isn't. It like, you know, that's my bread and butter. So Godspeed. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad the silence thing, that was, we chose not to have a score.
Yeah.
And so that was, and we wanted to have those like silences and sort of gaps and things, and for it to feel a little less snappy, which you don't always get with, I think, animation comedy.
No.
Especially where it's oftentimes it's like very sort of perfect. And so the people who did the sound design, who were great and really went above what they were paid, it was sort of like, can you sort of score it with just sound effects? And so it's just this idea of like, what would you hear in a real New York City office building that might accentuate like stress if it's a stressful scene, or sadness if it's sad, but that would be like, so there might be a moment that's sad and you like vaguely hear like an elevator descending, hopefully in a way that you don't notice.
Yes.
So it's like somewhat subconscious, and they did an amazing job.
I don't know if
it's a real zone of interest situation. You know what I mean? Like where like there's these haunting noises. In the foreground, it's like, you know,
a lot of people say
to
that
do
about
an Altman in a stop motion animation is pretty amazing.
We came so close to having like a black and white girl planting potatoes in the dirt.
You know, and it's good. It's good you didn't cross that boundary. You know?
It's so good. It's so good, Brandon. I absolutely love it. Any word on a second season or?
No, the Peacock executives have said over the phone a couple times that it's very niche.
Well,
like, okay, yeah.
Welcome to 108.9 The Hog.
We got that. But they're sort of like,
like in a good way. Right?
In a way you guys like. I will say they were great. Like this, I had never made anything, and they were very supportive of, like, they were people who would bring up, it's like, are you sure you want to do the Sirhan reference? Most of us don't know who that is. And it's like, yes, I think we do. And they're like, okay, cool. So they were they had a lot of great ideas. And also, if we didn't agree with their note, they were like, okay, cool, let's try it your way. Which is why I think we like have this interesting situation where it's like a show Zach and I are like very proud of, and like, oh, we made it exactly the way we wanted to make it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know that it's being seen and enjoyed by a massive segment of the population.
But you know, at this point, You gotta make what you want to make.
Make what you want to make and be proud of what you made. And it's so good. And it's also just a very awesome example of what you and Zach do for people to see too. And
hopefully it's that. And hopefully it is also for like the people at Shadow Machine who did the animation. Mm-hmm. Who had just won an Oscar for Pinocchio right before they worked with us.
Oh,
so it's like really truly like the animators from all over the world and are brilliant, but they don't get to do a lot of adult comedy because there's not a lot of adult stop motion comedy.
No.
Yeah. And it's now I hope other people come to them and are like, oh, you guys nail this. Yeah. Like I've got this comedy idea.
What else is going on with you? Anything else to plug?
Nothing else to plug. Please watch In the Know. I like search Twitter all the time. And it's so funny because maybe like once every couple of days, there's like one tweet about the show and it's almost always positive, which is nice, but it's also always like some version of here's this show I've never heard of.
Cool.
Well, we're going to go out here. I'm going to play you guys the alternate themes from Merkin 1.
Oh, God.
To say goodbye here. This one, I don't know which one this is.
I know the secrets of the mage.
Now, that's the original one.
That's the one we heard. We love.
Okay, so this is the other one.
We love it.
Okay, I don't think that one worked. There was an alternate. There was an alternate Val Verde.
Like a Kelly Clarkson epic.
Yeah.
Val Verde.
It's like a little like White Snake or something.
Yeah. It is a little White Snake.
It is a little White Snake. It's a little Postman Montana.
Here. Not as good as the others.
No,
Not as good as the others.
You picked the right one.
I picked the right one.